Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode in Stress Management. This is your host Sandeep Khera, taking you through the journey of there is no right or wrong, only lessons. Today, I want to give you one more cleaning kit. I call it the invisible shield, how to observe without absorbing. Being an engineer, I have a habit of calibration and asking scores on mental wellness when I meet people sometimes. Have you ever walked into a meeting or at home feeling like a 10 and walking out in 40 minutes feeling like a 2? Have you ever spent an hour with a friend, your spouse or your work colleague who was explaining about their own life and their own problems and you did nothing but listen? You felt as exhausted as they are, as if you have run a marathon. In our previous episodes, we spoke about closing the loop, being a lotus in the mud, but today I want to address a very specific struggle that hits high-performing people or very spiritual people or very kind-hearted people who have the habit of absorbing other people's energy. We often pride ourselves in being empathetic. We think that to think good about a person, we must feel the same. Similarly, to feel bad about the person, we must feel the same. But there is a dangerous line between empathy and absorption. You must ask yourself why some people are energy sponges. It's because many people are naturally observant. To be successful and to be kind, you have trained your mind to pick up the cues, to read the room, to sense the mood, and to anticipate the stress. But if you're not careful, your mental browser starts opening tabs that do not belong to you. You aren't just reading the energy. You are downloading it. You are taking the black ball of someone else's anger or anxiety and tucking it into your own pocket. The bad news is that if you keep absorbing, you will eventually reach a point of energetic burnout. You cannot be the master of your own destiny if you're running on the dirty fuel of many other people's negativity. Let's go back to the lotus example, my friend. The lotus is deeply connected to the pond. It feels the water. It knows the mud is there. It draws nutrients from their surroundings. That is empathy. It is noticing the state of environment. But the lotus has a waxy coating. The muddy water beads off. It doesn't soak into the petals. That is non-absorption. Jokingly, I often keep getting accused by my family or my friends of being a selective listener. Let's talk about it in a bit more detail and how do we practice the mental fasting and how do we detox the inputs. First, the observer perspective. When someone is dumping their negativity on you, I want you to mentally step back. Imagine you are a scientist watching an experiment through a thick glass of window. You can see the chemical reaction happening, but the fumes cannot reach your lungs. Say to yourself, I am observing their anger. It belongs to them. It is their karma and not mine. The second one is the energetic boundary, the glass wall. Before you walk into a difficult meeting of a family gathering or any other work meeting, try this visualization for 1 minute. Imagine a transparent golden sphere around you. This is your personal goalkeeper. Everything good, kindness, information, collaboration can pass through the glass. But negativity, insults, and boiling the energy, which is negative energy, simply hits the glass and slides down on the earth. Third one, I call it the breath detox. If you realize you have already absorbed something, if your heart is racing, your mood has dipped, use the mental fasting. Breath 1. Acknowledge the feeling. I'm carrying this stress. Breath 2. Use the Hope Oponopono technique we spoke about earlier. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Breath number 3. Exhale it out. Imagine the black ball leaving your body. Realizing that you don't owe it to anyone. You are not miserable. This is the way you are. Choosing your input. If you recall, we said in an earlier episode, you are the master of your destiny. That means you choose what enters the gate. Staying like a lotus in a toxic environment means realizing that you don't owe it to anyone to be miserable just because they are. You cannot help anyone and everyone by sailing in the same boat. Your cool is your power. Your peace is your protection. Many times people talk to me about something called chronic stress in the house or the office environment or anywhere outside. I do not believe in that. The game is about keeping your ledger clean. As we wrap up today, I want you to look at your own energy ledger. Are there any entries in there today that don't belong to you? Is there a tab open in your mind that was started by a negative comment from a stranger or a stressed out spouse? Close the tab. Clean the ledger. This week, practice being the observer. See the heat, but don't feel it. You are a lotus. You are the fragrance that everyone needs. You have to stay clean. This is your host, Sandeep Khera, signing off on There Is No Right or Wrong, Only Lesson. Stay blessed, stay centered, and don't let the mud stick.